Monday morning came. I walked into the office. I wore my yellow dress. It was bright and happy. I carried a box of donuts. The box was white and warm. The security guard sat at his desk. His name was Mike. I smiled at him. "Good morning, Mike," I said. He looked up. He smiled back. "Morning, Octavia," he said. I walked past him. The elevator took me to the 5th floor. The office was busy. People talked on phones. Computers made soft sounds. I walked to the front desk. The receptionist was there. Her name was Sarah. "Hi, Sarah," I said. "How is your cat?" Sarah's face changed. She smiled big. "Oh, he's good now," she said. "The vet gave him medicine." I nodded. "I'm happy," I said. I put the donuts on the break room table. People saw them. They came over. "Thank you, Octavia," they said. I smiled. "You're welcome," I said. "I like to make people happy." I saw James at his desk. He looked tired. His eyes were red. I walked to the coffee machine. I made coffee for him. I added milk and sugar. He liked it that way. I brought the cup to his desk. "Here," I said. "You need this." James looked up. "Thanks," he said. "You're the best." I laughed a little. My boss was Elijah. His office had glass walls. I could see him inside. He sat at his desk. He looked at papers. He looked at his computer. He worked all the time. Elijah was quiet. He didn't talk much. He was serious, but he was fair. He was a good boss. Sometimes I looked at his office. Sometimes he looked at me. Our eyes met through the glass. He looked away fast. I didn't think about it much. He was busy. I was busy too. I liked my job. I was a marketing manager. I worked on projects. Elijah always said yes to my ideas. He never gave me too much work. Some people complained. They said they had too many tasks, but I didn't. I was lucky. I thought I was just good at my job. At lunch, I sat with my friends. We ate sandwiches. We talked and laughed. My friend Lisa asked about my weekend. "It was wonderful," I said. My face felt warm. I smiled. Tom and I went to the park. We had a picnic. The weather was perfect. Tom was my husband. I loved him very much. We married 2 years ago. He was handsome and kind. He made me laugh. We had a nice house. We had plans for the future. We wanted a baby someday. I was happy. My life was good. Lisa smiled at me. "You're so lucky," she said. "Tom is great." I nodded. "I know," I said. "I'm very lucky." Other people at the table agreed. They said nice things about Tom. I felt proud. I didn't see Elijah at lunch. He ate in his office. He always did. Sometimes I wondered why. Maybe he liked to be alone. Maybe he had too much work. I didn't ask. It wasn't my business. The week went by fast. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every day was the same. I came to work. I smiled. I did my job. I talked to people. I went home to Tom. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. Friday afternoon came. The office was happy. People talked about their weekend plans. I finished my work. I closed my computer. I stood up. I got my bag. I walked past Elijah's office. He sat at his desk. He looked tired. I stopped. I knocked on the glass. He looked up. I waved at him. I smiled big. "Have a happy weekend, boss," I said. My voice was cheerful. Elijah looked at me. His face didn't change, but his eyes looked soft. "You too, Octavia," he said. His voice was quiet. I walked away. I went to the elevator. I felt good. The weekend was here. I would see Tom soon. We would cook dinner together. We would watch a movie. We would be happy. I didn't know this was important. I didn't know this was the last time. The last time I smiled like that. The last time I felt so light. The last time my life was simple and good. Everything changed after that weekend. But I didn't know it yet. I walked out of the office. The sun was bright. I was happy. I was Octavia, the office sunshine. Everyone said so. I believed it too. Saturday morning started normal. I woke up early. Tom was not in bed. I went downstairs. He was not in the kitchen. His car was gone. I thought he went to the store. I made coffee. I waited. 1 hour passed. 2 hours passed. Tom didn't come back. I called his phone. No answer. I called again. Still no answer. I felt worried. I looked around the house. Something felt wrong. I opened drawers. They were empty. Tom's clothes were gone. His shoes were gone. His books were gone. My heart beat fast. What happened? I ran to our bedroom. I opened the closet. Tom's side was empty. All his things were gone. I felt cold. My hands shook. I sat on the bed. I couldn't breathe well. I found a note on his pillow. My name was on it. I opened it. The words were simple. "I'm sorry. I had to go. Don't look for me." That was all. No explanation. No goodbye. Just those words. I called Tom again. The phone was off now. I called his mother. She didn't answer. I called his brother. No answer. Everyone was gone. Or they didn't want to talk to me. I sat there for a long time. Then my phone rang. It was a number I didn't know. I answered. "Hello?" I said. My voice shook. "Is this Octavia?" a man said. "Yes," I said. "I'm calling from the bank," he said. "Your savings account is empty. Did you know?" I stopped breathing. "What?" I said. "The account is empty," he said again. "Someone took all the money yesterday." I hung up. I checked my phone. I looked at our bank app. He was right. $0. Tom took everything. All our money. All our savings. Gone. Then the doorbell rang. I walked to the door. I opened it. A woman stood there. She had papers in her hand. "Are you Octavia?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "I have bad news," she said. "This house was sold. You need to leave by Sunday night." I stared at her. I couldn't speak. "Sold?" I finally said. "Your husband sold it," she said. "He signed the papers last week." "I'm sorry." She gave me the papers. Then she left. I closed the door. I fell to the floor. I cried. I cried hard. I cried until I couldn't cry anymore. Tom sold our house. He took our money. He left me. He destroyed everything. I had one day to pack, one day to find a new place. I had no money. I had no home. I had nothing. Sunday night came. I left the house. I took 2 bags. That was all I could carry. I found a motel. It was cheap and old. The room was small. It smelled bad. The walls were dirty. Water dripped from the ceiling. But I had no choice. I paid for 1 week. I used my credit card. It was the only money I had left. I lay on the bed. The sheets were thin. I didn't sleep. I just stared at the ceiling. I thought about Tom. I thought about our life. It was all a lie. He never loved me. He used me. He left me with nothing. Monday morning came too fast. I had to go to work. I couldn't call in sick. I needed my job. I needed the money. I got up. I looked in the mirror. My eyes were red and swollen. My face was white. I looked dead. I put on gray pants. I put on a gray shirt. I had no energy for color. I left the motel. I walked to the bus stop. I sold my car yesterday. I needed money for the motel. I got to the office. I walked inside. Mike said hello. I didn't answer. I couldn't smile. I couldn't pretend. I walked past him. I kept my head down. I went to my desk. People looked at me. I felt their eyes, but I didn't look back. I sat down. I turned on my computer. I started to work. Lisa came over. "Octavia," she said, "are you okay?" I didn't look at her. "I'm fine," I said. My voice sounded flat. It sounded empty. "Are you sure?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "I'm fine." She walked away. Other people came. They asked the same thing. I gave the same answer. "I'm fine." I said it again and again, but it was a lie. I was not fine. I was broken. I felt someone watching me. I looked up. Elijah stood near his office. He looked at me through the glass. His face was serious. His eyes were concerned. He saw everything. He saw my swollen eyes. He saw my gray clothes. He saw my shaking hands. He saw that I was different. The sunshine was gone. I was just a shadow now, and Elijah knew it. Days passed. I became quiet. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't smile. I didn't bring donuts. I just worked. Lunchtime was hard. People asked me to eat with them. I said no. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to explain. I didn't want their pity. So I went to the fire escape. I sat on the cold steps. I ate alone. I brought bread from the motel, just plain bread. It was cheap. I had no money for good food. I ate slowly. The bread was dry. It was hard to swallow. But I didn't care. Food didn't matter anymore. I worked all day. I worked like a machine. I didn't think. I didn't feel. I just worked. Numbers and reports filled my mind. They pushed away the pain. They pushed away Tom's face. They pushed away everything. People at the office changed too. At first they were kind. They asked if I was okay. But I always said I'm fine. I said it so many times. They stopped asking. Then they stopped talking to me. I heard them whisper. I walked past their desks. They stopped talking. They looked away, but I knew. I knew they talked about me. One day, I heard Lisa. She sat with James. Octavia is so different now, she said. She's so cold. James agreed. She thinks she's better than us, he said. She's arrogant now. Their words hurt, but I didn't say anything. I just walked away. I went back to my desk. I worked more. I didn't cry. I didn't have tears left. Elijah heard them too. I didn't see it happen, but Lisa told me later. Elijah walked out of his office. His face was angry. "Stop talking," he said. His voice was hard. "Octavia needs space. You will respect that. Do you understand?" Everyone was quiet. They nodded. They didn't gossip after that, not in the office anyway. But Elijah didn't talk to me either. He didn't ask questions. He didn't push. He just watched. I felt his eyes sometimes. He looked at me through the glass. Then he looked away. One day, I ate my bread on the fire escape. The door opened. I looked up. Elijah stood there. He didn't say anything. He just looked at my bread. Then he went back inside. I thought nothing of it. The next morning I came to work. A box sat on my desk. It was white. I opened it. Hot soup was inside. A container of fruit too. Grapes and apple slices. My stomach hurt from hunger. I wanted to eat it, but I was confused. A note was under the box. I read it. Client gift left over. Don't waste it. The writing was neat. I didn't know whose it was, but the soup was warm. The fruit was fresh. I ate it all. It was the best meal I had in weeks. The next day, another box came, then another. Every day, a box appeared, always with the same note. I didn't ask who sent it. I just ate. I needed it too much. 2 weeks later, it rained. I stood at the bus stop after work. The rain was cold. It soaked my clothes. My hair was wet. I was shivering. I had no umbrella. I sold it for money. A car stopped next to me. The window rolled down. Elijah sat inside. "Get in," he said. I stared at him. "It's on my way," he added. His voice was calm. He didn't ask where I lived. He didn't ask why I took the bus. He just waited. I got in the car. It was warm inside. The seat was soft. I gave him the motel address. He nodded. He started driving. We didn't talk. The car was quiet. Only the rain made sound on the windows. I felt safe. Elijah's silence was different. It wasn't cold like other people's silence. It wasn't judging. It wasn't scary. It was just there. It covered me like a blanket. It asked nothing from me. I could just be. My eyes felt heavy. I was so tired. I worked all day. I didn't sleep well at night. The motel was noisy. The bed was hard. I was always exhausted. I leaned my head against the window. The glass was cool. I closed my eyes. Just for a minute, I thought. Just a short rest, but I fell asleep. I didn't mean to. My body just gave up. The car was warm. The seat was comfortable. I felt safe, so I slept. I didn't know how long we drove. I didn't know when we stopped. I just slept. For the first time in weeks, I slept without nightmares, without fear, without pain. When I woke up, the car was parked. We were at the motel. Elijah sat in his seat. He didn't move. He didn't wake me. He just waited. His hands rested on the wheel. He looked out the window. I sat up slowly. "I'm sorry," I said. My voice was rough from sleep. I fell asleep. Elijah turned to me. His face was soft. "It's okay," he said. "You needed it." I got out of the car. "Thank you," I said. He nodded. "See you tomorrow," he said. Then he drove away. I stood there in the rain. I watched his car disappear. Something changed in that moment. Something small, something warm. I wasn't completely alone anymore. Someone saw me. Someone cared, even in silence. It was a Tuesday morning. I sat at my desk. I worked on a report. The office was quiet. People typed on computers. Phones rang sometimes. Everything was normal. Then the elevator doors opened. 2 men walked out. They wore suits. They looked angry. They walked fast to the reception desk. "We need to see Octavia," one man said. His voice was loud. Sarah looked scared. "Do you have an appointment?" she asked. "We don't need one," the other man said. "Where is she?" Everyone stopped working. They looked at the men. The men looked around. Then they saw me. They walked toward my desk. My heart beat fast. I knew who they were. They were lawyers. Tom's lawyers. "Octavia," the first man said. He stood in front of my desk. "You owe money. A lot of money. Your husband took loans. He used your name. Now you must pay." I stood up. My legs shook. "I don't have money," I said. My voice was small. "That's not our problem." The second man said, "You signed papers. You are responsible." "I didn't sign anything," I said. But my voice was weak. I felt dizzy. The room spun. "We have your signature," the first man said. He pulled out papers. He waved them at me. "See? Your name is here." Everyone watched now. They stared at me. They whispered. I felt their eyes. I felt their judgment. My face burned. Tears came to my eyes. I bit my lip hard. I wouldn't cry. Not here. Not in front of everyone. "You have 1 week," the man said. "Pay the money or we take legal action." His voice was cruel. "We will take everything you have left." I wanted to disappear. I wanted the floor to swallow me. I stood there. I trembled. Tears filled my eyes. I tried to hold them back, but they came anyway. Then I heard footsteps, fast footsteps. Someone walked behind me. "Who are you?" a voice said. It was Elijah. His voice was cold. It was hard like ice. The men looked at him. "We're lawyers," one said. "We have business with this woman." Elijah stepped in front of me. He blocked me from them. "No, you don't," he said. "This is private property. You are trespassing. Leave now." "We have a right €1," the man started. "You have no rights here," Elijah said. His voice was sharp. "Security, escort these men out, now." Mike came quickly. He was big. The lawyers looked at him. Then they looked at Elijah. "This isn't over," one man said. "Yes, it is," Elijah said. "Don't come back." The men left. Mike walked with them. Everyone stared. They looked at me. They looked at Elijah. I wanted to run. I wanted to hide. But Elijah turned to me. "Come with me," he said. His voice was soft now. I followed him. We walked to his office. People watched us. They whispered more. Elijah opened his door. I went inside. He closed the door. He locked it. Then he walked to the windows. He pulled down the blinds. The office became dark, private, safe. I stood in the middle of the room. I shook all over. "I'm sorry," I said. My voice broke. "I'm so sorry. I caused trouble. Please don't fire me. I need this job. I have nothing else. Please." Elijah looked at me. His eyes were kind. "I don't care about the trouble," he said. "I care about you." He walked closer. "It was 2 months ago," he said. 2 months since you smiled. I miss that smile. But if you want to cry, cry here. No one will see." Those words broke me. Everything broke. I started to cry. I cried hard. I couldn't stop. All the pain came out. All the fear. All the anger. I cried and cried. Elijah didn't move away. He pulled a chair close. "Sit," he said. I sat down. I covered my face. I sobbed. My whole body shook. Elijah sat next to me. He pulled tissues from a box. He handed them to me. I took them. I tried to breathe. "Tom left me," I said. The words came fast. "He sold our house. He took all our money. He left with another woman. I lost everything. I live in a motel now. It's horrible. I have no money. I eat bread every day. I can't pay the lawyers. I can't pay anyone. My life is destroyed." I told him everything. Every detail. Every hurt. Every fear. The words poured out. I couldn't stop them. Elijah listened. He didn't speak. He didn't judge. He just listened. He handed me more tissues. He let me talk. "I don't know what to do," I said. "I'm so scared. I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. I can't pretend. I can't be strong. I'm broken." Elijah reached out slowly. He took my hand. His hand was warm. It was steady. "You're not broken," he said. His voice was gentle. "You're hurt, but you're still here. You're still fighting. That's not broken. That's strong." I looked at him. Tears ran down my face. He held my hand. He didn't let go. I held on tight. He was my anchor. He kept me from drowning. We sat there together, in the quiet, in the dark. And for the first time in 2 months, I wasn't alone. The next day, Elijah called me. "I found a lawyer," he said. "She is good. She will help you." I met the lawyer that week. Her name was Maria. She was smart and kind. She looked at Tom's papers. "He forged your signature," she said. "You are not responsible for his debts." I felt lighter. Hope came back, just a little, but it was there. Elijah called me again a week later. "My friend has an apartment," he said. "It's empty right now. The rent is cheap. Do you want to see it?" I said yes. We went together after work. The apartment was small, but it was clean. It was safe. The windows had real locks. The walls were white. "How much?" I asked. Elijah told me. It was very cheap. Too cheap. I looked at him. "Your friend is very generous," I said. Elijah smiled a little. He is, he said. I moved in that weekend. I left the motel. I never looked back. The apartment felt like home. It was quiet. It was mine. I could breathe there. Days passed. Then weeks. I went to work. I did my job. But something changed inside me. I didn't try to smile all the time. I didn't force happiness. I was just me. Sometimes I was quiet. Sometimes I was sad. Sometimes I was okay. And that was fine. I talked to people again. Not like before. Not with fake energy. Just normal talk. Lisa asked how I was. I told her the truth. I'm getting better, I said. Slowly. She hugged me. I'm glad, she said. I ate lunch with people sometimes, not every day. But sometimes I brought my own food. I didn't bring donuts for everyone, but I brought enough for myself. That was enough. One morning, I woke up early. I felt different. I looked outside. The sun was rising. The sky was pale blue. It was beautiful. I felt calm. I felt real. I went to work. I wore a pale blue shirt. It matched the sky. I bought 2 cups of coffee. One for me, one for Elijah. I walked to his office. I knocked on the door. Come in, he said. I opened the door. I walked inside. I put 1 cup on his desk. For you, I said. Elijah looked surprised. He looked at the coffee. Then he looked at me. I smiled. It was a small smile, but it was real. It came from inside. It wasn't forced. It wasn't fake. Thank you for waiting for me, I said. My voice was soft. Thank you for waiting for me to come back. Elijah stood up. He walked toward me. He stopped close to me. I would wait a lifetime, he said. His voice was gentle. I would wait forever if I needed to, but I am happy you are home, home. That word meant something new now. Home wasn't a place. It was a feeling. It was safety. It was being seen. It was being accepted. Elijah gave me that. He saw my darkness. He saw my pain, and he stayed. We didn't rush. We didn't kiss that day. We just stood there. We drank our coffee. We talked about work, about small things. It was simple. It was easy. That evening, Elijah asked a question. Do you want to take a walk? He said. I said yes. We walked around the block. We didn't hold hands. We just walked. We talked about the weather, about the trees, about nothing important. The next week we ate dinner together, a small restaurant, nothing fancy. We ate pasta. We shared stories. We laughed a little. It felt natural. It felt right. I learned something important. I didn't need to be the bright Sunday. I didn't need to light up every room. I didn't need to smile all the time. I could just be me, quiet me, sad me, happy me, real me. And Elijah loved all of it. He loved my rainy days. He loved my cloudy days. He loved my sunny days too. We took our time. We built something slow, something strong, something real. And that was more than enough. The office sunshine came back, but she was different now. She was deeper. She was truer. She was whole, and she was finally home.